Good afternoon. I'm going to be very brief today and try and make it much more interactive. Otherwise, it's no great fun to have the last session before lunch and have somebody talk for 18, 20 minutes. So let me be brief and let's make it much more interactive. The topic I've been given is really all about, so the topic I'm going to cover is really about reinventing the shopping center. Is the shopping center going to be relevant going forward? And what should we, as a community of developers and shopping center managers, do about it? I'm going to start with, nobody knows what lies ahead, but there's a very old, very famous quote of Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is to create it. So can we create something, and that's the best way we will know what's going to happen in the future. So what's happening? I've been hearing conflicting messages from people, talking to people here today, yesterday, over the last several weeks and months. Is it all gloom and doom? Should all of us pack up our bags, say this in malls is a business of the past, let's look at something else, wait for the inevitable, or do we do something about it? Forget for a minute the malls that are under planning or being developed. What about the existing malls, which are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? In India and overseas, and are there some lessons we can learn by looking outside India to see what's happening globally? How are people reinventing the shopping center? What are the learnings for us? And I think some of this you must have got the gist, or maybe more than a gist, yesterday in a few sessions. Experience is everything. The consumer experience is everything. I don't want to make this discussion about how to design better malls, should I have single-loaded, double-loaded corridors, back of the house. As a consumer, I don't care. I just don't care. As a consumer, what is it I want? And I would urge all of you to put yourselves in the shoes of a consumer. I want to shop when I want, where I want, how I want. I really don't care about whether you call it a mall, you call it a shopping center, call it a complex. I couldn't care less. Online, offline, it's my prerogative, it's my choice as a consumer. And the sooner all of us recognize that and accept that as a reality, the better. So, I'm looking for experience. What is this experience I'm looking for? What is experiential retail that everybody seems to be talking about, another big buzzword? Fundamentally, I call it three things, the 3 C's. And I'm just trying to simplify it here. To me, it's all about convenience, it's comfort, and it's complementary. Okay, let me sort of elaborate on what I mean by this. It could be what is happening. For example, a lot of people talk about Westfield, and I even have something on Westfield. Why people are mentioning Westfield again and again? They've set up Westfield Labs. They're trying to pioneer how shopping centers evolve, and they're trying to create it in that sense. So for example, they've got click and collect as a big option. Order online and collect in the mall. So for me, that's convenience, one part of convenience. In the previous session, I heard something about parking and exit and so on. For me as a consumer, I want to look at ease of entry, ease of exit, and parking. For example, and I'm going to throw something at you. Why can't shopping centers actually design in such a way that I can choose my parking slot even before I come to a mall? And if I want a premium slot, I'm willing to reserve it and pay for it. I don't have a problem because I want to be in and out in the fastest possible time. And like I heard one of the previous speakers, the last thing in the world is for me to wait 10 minutes to enter and 15 minutes to exit. If I have to pay 50 or 100 rupees, if as a consumer I choose that, and as a developer or as a mall management company, it's offered to me, maybe I might accept it, maybe I might not. But I'm saying it's a choice you want to give. I think increasingly people will value time and convenience more than, we have extreme cases in this country. People don't pay 20 rupees parking and try and park outside to avoid. Okay, so that's one extreme. But I'm just saying, can we look at it in a multi-level car park? I might just charge less as I keep going up because the inconvenience to me as a consumer is much more. So if I want to save and scrimp, I'll go to the top floor. If I don't mind paying a premium, I'll park in the ground floor. Give me that choice as a consumer. So that's just one example of convenience and comfort I'm looking at. Again, in the US especially, a lot of malls are experimenting, tying up with restaurants. Okay, as one example. I can order online, I can book online my table at a restaurant, which is inside the mall. I can select food from a menu, and I can order it so that when I walk in, my food is ready. I'm valuing my time more than anything else. Again, an example of how people are being progressive. What about this whole complementary issue? I think it's the coming together of digital embracing the brick and mortar world, and everything that's complementary about it. So I think all of this points to redefining the shopping experience. It's the coming together of shopping, entertainment, food, and I think the community. And that's what seems to be happening. There are new trends emerging. I missed one of the morning sessions on technology, but wayfinding, for example, I don't know if they covered it, but wayfinding is becoming very important. It's no longer traditional wayfinding, like a simple directory in a mall and so on, but it's information to me as a consumer about events, product promotions, sales, even product trends. To me, that's wayfinding. So that as a customer, I walk in and I know exactly where to go, when to go. And I don't want to waste my time. I'm not in a mood for discovery. And I don't want to waste my time. So then you as a mall are valuing my time and giving me information that I need when I need. So again, if I look at the US as an example and see what are the learnings for us here, a lot of the malls have lost key anchor tenants. And why is this happening? This should be of concern to us because at some stage, this trend will hit our country as well. I think 2 or 3 things. One, you've got the specialty big box category killers. Your IKEAs and others. I mean, they really, and they're offering specialized product, but more than product, to me, what's important, why brands like IKEA are successful, is they're offering a service. So malls are losing key anchor customers, key anchor tenants, and because of that, customers. Then there are outlet centers, which are not yet prominent here, but I don't think you need outlet centers because every retailer seems to be on sale every month of the year anyway here. So you have outlet centers, and then of course you've got this huge tsunami online, which is hitting you. So it's a combination. So it's left them struggling. So now let's look at how are people responding? What are they doing? And here I'm going to show you and just read out something quite nice from Westfield. Have this mall called Century City. I don't know if any of you have visited it. It's a very nice mall in Los Angeles. And it's an old mall. And they're spending a huge amount of money completely reinventing that mall. So if I can just request the people at the back to show that one page. Yeah. Okay. So they are rewriting the rules of the game here. Completely redoing. What they're doing is, obviously they're getting a new flagship Nordstrom store, and Nordstrom is a very strong retailer, unlike a lot of American retailers who are struggling. Okay? But the thing is, they're also getting the first Eataly in the West Coast. For those who are not familiar, I have a small video which I'll show you about Eataly. But it's really, Eataly has reinvented the concept of how you look at food and how food can be great entertainment. Okay? Can we just scroll down so people can read? Again, working with the local community, doubling parking space because LA basically has the worst public transport that you can think of. Everybody drives. And it's really seamlessly blending technology and convenience. Keep scrolling down, please. Yeah. Yeah, keep going down. Yeah, just wait here. So, you'll see, and this is their vision of the future, how they're going to completely redo the whole mall and bring in, interestingly, to me, the number one anchor tenant in this mall is going to be Italy. Not Nordstrom, not anybody else. They will redefine this whole center. Yeah. Okay, thanks. So, let me now show you a video of Italy so that, for those who don't understand, this is the kind of experience retail that I think we need in this country. It may not be this format, but I think we'll have to invent formats like this. Yeah, let's play the video, please.
It's kind of like a melting pot of just energy and discovery.
Antipasti ravioli,
Really good.
prosciutto,
Yes, thank you.
gelato, mamma mia.
Italy is the summation of Italian food and wine under one roof.
There are more than 20 Italys around the globe, including 2 in the United States. Welcome to New York's Flatiron District. Shop for everyday necessities or unique specialty items imported from overseas. And the fresh pasta? Forget about it.
If I had to choose, I'm going to give you a little inside scoop. All right. So the agnolotti dal plin. It's a mortadella veal pork filling, and it has like this nice savory but very hearty feel to it.
General Manager Dan Amatuzzi points out a true delicacy, truffles.
Thinly shaved over anything, they kind of take a dish from zero to hero pretty quickly.
This bustling 50,000 square foot space is also home to 2 culinary centers offering classes and 7 restaurants.
Each restaurant is very singular in concept, so there's a fish restaurant, vegetable restaurant, a meat-focused restaurant. Don't get too complicated with recipes. You don't need to make a big production of food in order for it to be good and healthy.
Each Italy looks a little different, but there is one common thread that ties them all together. It's a very special ingredient that has a life of its own, one that's tended to 24 hours a day.
Can't talk about that on record,
Really?
but we can.
Oh, you can?
The yeast for the bread, it all originated from the mother yeast in Torino. And so that mother yeast is then transported to every Italy bakery, where it becomes its own yeast culture. It reacts to the environment and the air around it.
Celebrate the incomparable Mediterranean lifestyle, which revolves around family and friends. Speaking of friends,
Grazie.
I make one at the counter featuring 100 cheeses and cured meats.
I have to bother you. I really want to try food.
Absolutely. So yeah.
It's my foodie connection. I love it. All right, all right.
When in Rome,
Go slow when you eat it.
Okay.
Most a little bit. Good?
So good.
savor the flavor and the company. Perfetto.
You can also just walk through Italy and not buy anything, and we'll still love you, and you can learn a lot. So it's also just an educational experience.
A full food experience in the Big Apple. That's amore.
People come in here and their eyes light up and their smiles on their face grow, and that's why we're here.
Day tripping in Manhattan.
Yeah, okay.
Sarah Cody, Fox 61 News.
We can stop the video now, okay? If any of you haven't been there, I would recommend next time you're in New York or anywhere where they have, it's a mind-blowing experience. I've been there half a dozen times. You always have to wait half an hour, 45 minutes to even get a table. Can you imagine a 50,000 square foot center like this, what it'll do inside a mall that you run? It's just mind-blowing. So, this is one example. Imagine bringing this into a mall. Yeah? The other thing which is happening is really this leisure and entertainment. I mean, it's not just cinema. Unfortunately, in India, for us, leisure and entertainment is everything to do with the cinema, maybe a kids' play area, these games. Now you got one or two things like Smash. But really, people are doing big things. I mean, years back, the Mall of America did, and I'll show you a video of the Nickelodeon universe. But my honest submission and suggestion to all the developers here is look for new, interesting concepts in entertainment. You're not going to get them. I think you'll have to do them yourselves in whatever form and manner. I don't see people investing. To me, that's the biggest opportunity in the mall business, but nobody's willing to invest in it. So invest, if you're spending a few hundred crores on a mall, spend another 50, 40, 30, whatever crores on developing your own entertainment concepts, because that, I think, will be a huge differentiator. So let's just show you a quick second video on the Nickelodeon universe.
Your dream tonight. When I look into your eyes, see the color of your dream tonight. When you're here right by my side, see the color of your dream. See the color of your dream. See the color of your dream. When I look into the crystal, it never tells me what to do. I've been looking for a special love to set my heart free. I see the color of your dream tonight. When I look into your eyes, see the color of your dream tonight. When you're here right by my side, see the color of your dream like every day. See the color of your dream like far away. See the color of your dream like never before. See the color of a dream I never let go.
Yeah, I think we can turn off the video now. You get the idea. If I'm not mistaken, this alone, inside the Mall of America, this is a 400,000 square foot entertainment center. So that, I mean, that is huge. Okay, that mall is huge. But I'm just saying, this is the kind of thinking that I think we need for our new malls to adapt, survive, and prosper. So let me, and I said I want to make it interactive, so I want to interact a lot more so that we can engage in a discussion. I'm just going to end with a quote on what the mall of the future will look like. And I'm going to quote this gentleman called Kevin McKenzie. He's the Global Chief Digital Officer of Westfield. He says, the mall of the future is really a personalized experience. When they, meaning the consumers, walk into a mall, they will know where to go. Not just by retailers, but by products, by event, and by experiences for their own personal needs. And the way we're going to get there is through digital, no question. So I think one of the least discussed, but according to me, one of the most important areas for the mall of the future is how are we going to embrace technology, how are we going to embrace digital. Everybody talks about construction costs and all this stuff I keep hearing day in and day out. I think that's not the key. The key is, how are you going to make a mall experiential? How are you going to make it interesting? How are you going to make it personalized? How are you going to offer convenience? And finally, to adapt to the new consumer needs, how are you going to embrace technology and digital? Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, but let's open it up for discussions and questions.
Hi, my name is Ayush. I think we come from the same industry which designs all these things which you're showing. In fact, in the Nickelodeon project we showed is the project done by us, our company. And I think you're talking about a lot of relevant things which this industry definitely needs. And I think I should appreciate you for that.
Thanks, yeah.
Raghu, when I think of mall of future, that means we have to get smarter. When I'm saying we have to get smarter, that means we have to interact with the consumer. When I'm interacting with the consumer, that means I have to break the walls of retail and come on the floor with him. I cannot be confined to a space and say he will walk up to the concierge and then I will say and then I will answer to his query. Very rightly said that without asking question, I should perceive in my mind that this is what the challenges my consumer would feel and provide him the answers. You are here, and if you want to go sari shopping, this is there, which was, I was just speaking a few minutes back, that this is how I would like to embrace technology and communicate with my consumer, make him feel at home. Like there are 3 homes now for everybody. One is the home that you stay in, then next is the office, and third is the shopping mall. So I have to, you know, kind of make him the 3rd home for him, so that he exactly knows that this is my home, this is where I go, and that craving for go to home should happen.
No, I fully agree. Nothing better than for the mall to become the 3rd place. The home, the office, and the mall. That's why I was saying, more and more I think we should call it shopping centers rather than malls, because they are morphing eventually into, I think, community centers, community hubs, social interaction centers. I think that's how malls will survive. Because one of the issues I didn't touch upon is what's happening to retail itself. I mean, in India, I think the worry I have is with the majority of retailers, and I give this analogy quite often. Retail in India is like a rabbit caught in the headlights of an approaching car. It's frozen and it doesn't know how to react. Okay, they are saying, listen, this online is killing, discounts are killing, but online will go away. They don't talk about how they are reinventing themselves, how are they making the experience for the shopper better. I haven't met any retailer who's talking about that. All that they talk about is, what's my rental, what's my revenue share, what's my CAM. Forget all this. You'll have no business to talk about if you don't reinvent yourself. So in the absence of that, I'm saying we can wait forever for retail to improve and to get their act together. I don't know when this will happen. I hope it will happen. In the meantime, all I'm suggesting is, as mall management people, let's get our act together, let's be proactive, and let's plan for the mall of the future.
I totally agree with you that the paradigm shift has to happen. The focus from the retail should be a byproduct. If we are saying it is a community center never sells anything. It sells the experience, it brings the people together, and because there is a need at home, that then you buy. So then that need is created automatically. So the byproduct of that community center should happen retail.
Yeah.
And that's how then successful malls will shape up automatically.
Great.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for Mr. S. Raghunandan.